I'm just going to talk about this game. Things I like, things I don't like, things I noticed. I do like how the AI characters do random crazy shit all the time. You can blow anything that you need to blow up however you want. Regular gun, grenade. I do think that explosions underwater look pretty good. You have an infinite number of rocks to distract the enemy. I don't know if this is good or bad. Because is it really fun to constantly pick up rocks when you can only carry 3? You always got to make sure you got enough rocks on you. But on the other hand, is it fun to just throw an infinite number of rocks at a really stupid enemy? I don't know how I feel about that. The graphics are pretty good, and the environment is beautiful. Fishing is boring to me. I can't see myself ever doing this for fun. There's a few missions where you have to fish, and maybe you want to try it out for a while, but it's not enough to pull me back into it. If I wanted to fish, I would buy a fishing game. This isn't that deep or fun as far as fishing is concerned. Here I'm playing Team Deathmatch in the arcade version of this game, and it just reminds me of a really dumbed down 90s Team Deathmatch type of game. It's very, very basic, and you know, that's not to say that it's horrible. It's fun to get on there and play a Team Deathmatch round and shoot some bad guys from across the world, but if I want to do that, I'll just do that in a game that's made for that. Way better. Battlefield is way better. Any other game that's made to play like this is way better. So to me, the arcade's not that interesting. You can make maps. I don't think it's that good because the core mechanics of the game isn't that good. The skill points are kind of disappointing to me because some of them are just downright stupid and redundant. Another thing that you have to consider is that you're already really powerful when you start off. So if you keep like adding to your health pool and making yourself even more powerful, then it just makes the game more boring. And I wish I would have known that going into this. That's something I'll talk about more later. There's some things that you gotta have, like the parachute and the wingsuit. Those are cool. All the rest of it, you don't need it. Auto vehicle repair, like, good luck trying to get your vehicle in such bad shape that you need auto repair. And you can buy a repair tool anyway. To me, a repair tool is more fun. Auto repair shouldn't even be in the game, but of course I bought it and then made the game more boring for myself. If I played it through again, I would do it very different. I played it on normal, and I basically just maximized my efficiency, and I made it kind of boring for myself because you start off very powerful and then you just become more and more and more powerful, but the enemies that you're facing never become more and more difficult. And in this clip I was just showcasing that everything's very basic. When you go in the dark, a light just comes on for you. You don't have to buy a light. You don't have to toggle a light on and off. And right there I was showing you the plants that you can pick up. I like that. They look good. They don't glow or look unnatural, but they stand out enough that you can see them. And if you shoot a salesperson's dog, they'll shoot you back. In this clip, I'm using a P226, and this is something that I hate about this game. The fire rate on the pistols is bad. I've played a lot of games with the P226. I've played a lot of games with the 1911. You can shoot it way faster in those other games. I'm pulling the trigger as fast as I can right here. It just feels like shit when you're pulling the trigger as fast as you can. It only shoots once every 2 times you pull the trigger. I don't know why the fire rate is so slow on this thing. There's stuff that'll blow up all over the place. Just another thing to make it easier for you. Like, this game is really easy. And if you try to become more powerful thinking that it's going to be fun, and you're going to run around and do these extremely difficult things with your newfound power, you're going to be let down. Play the game the fun way. Don't try to be too powerful too quick, because you don't need it. How many shots does it take with a pistol to kill a moose? Especially when you miss a lot. But there's another scenario where I'm pulling the trigger as fast as I can. The bullets just don't come out that fast. Helicopters and planes and enemies and trucks, they're all easy to take care of because you can do it any which way. Same thing with an alarm. You can shoot it, you can disarm it. You can shoot the pilot out of a helicopter, you can just shoot the helicopter with a rocket launcher, you can tell somebody else to shoot the helicopter with a rocket launcher. You can just let the helicopter shoot you. You can, it doesn't matter. I don't even know how you could possibly not kill the guy in the helicopter. The AI is not that good. Takes them a while to notice you, and they die pretty easily. It's pathetic. The only way you're gonna die is if you take a lot of hits. See, I just ate a dynamite to the face. Look how much health I have. You'd think I'm gonna die on the next one? Nope. There's reserve health. You feel like such a badass, don't you? It's crazy that you can survive that. These are guns for hire. You can hire them and tell them what to do. If you kill them, they try to kill you back, but nothing happens. These are the specialists. They have a lot more character. They're more entertaining than guns for hire. But they're also kind of annoying, and you don't need them. They just make things easier for you. If you use them too much, you're just going to make the game boring for yourself. But I do think it's fun to have somebody with saying funny shit. Here I am in a boat, just showing off how cool the place looks. It is fun to drive a boat. Look at that. This map is absolutely beautiful.
You saved him.
The weapons are disappointing to me, and that's one of the main disappointments. A lot of them are the same, and they're not very varied, and they're not that interesting. I'm quite disappointed by the guns. I found 3 or 4 that I liked, stuck with them for the most part. Another thing is, it doesn't matter which gun you use in which situation, you'll still probably live. And the attachment system is very limited. There's no downside to any attachment, so you just buy an extended mag, a silencer if you want it, and the optic of your choice, and boom, you're good to go. The vehicles are disappointing. They all ride the same, do the same thing, there's nothing interesting about them. That vehicle and that vehicle are both rewards for completing a mission. They're the exact same vehicle with a different paint job. Yay. You don't even need vehicles because there's helicopters, there's airplanes, there's boats. You can get a vehicle anywhere, you can fast travel. There's nothing special about this vehicle. There's 100 of them just like it with a machine gun on the back. It's worthless. You can drive as fast as you want into a tree. It'll do a tiny little bit of damage. And since I have the perk unlocked that auto repairs the vehicle, doesn't even matter. I just got ran into head on and it did barely anything. One thing I actually like about the driving in this game though is that if you hit the e-brake, you can pull a 180 very effectively. And that looks cool, but you don't really need to do it. You don't need to drive careful, you don't need to have any skill pretty much to do anything in this game. I was just showing you there the graphics and physics. I think it's kind of funny. How many shots do you think it takes to kill a bear with an assault rifle? A decent amount. Watch when I skin the bear. Oh, sorry. Anyway, you could run a helicopter into a cliff wall and it won't do any damage. This is the easiest helicopter I've ever flown in any video game. You cannot die in this thing. It's invincible. It's dummy proof. If you let go of the controls, it'll just hover there for you. Look, I just raided the trees trying to die. I couldn't. One thing you gotta look out for though is that it will slide and roll over and kill you that way. In this case, it just rolled all the way down the hill like it's a sled going down a snowy hill. I thought that was kind of funny. That's one thing you gotta be careful of. But for the most part, you're invincible in any vehicle. There's another one of those plants that they kind of stand out, but not in a ridiculous way. You can shoot a deer, kill it with one shot with a 50 cal. And watch when I skin the deer. The skin is still on the deer. I think that's ridiculous. There's no repercussion if you kill civilians. It just tells you not to. In fact, there's no repercussion for anything in this game. If you die, you don't lose anything. If you kill people, innocent people, you don't get punished in any way. If you go into a situation woefully unprepared, doesn't matter. You can blow things up with a pistol. You can blow a plane up with an assault rifle. You can just shoot things. There's explosives everywhere. It doesn't matter what you do. So wingsuiting is actually kind of fun, but this is the end of the video, so I have to sum things up real quick. If I had to play this game over again, I wouldn't have made it so easy on myself. I made myself really powerful, but you're already powerful when you start off. And so there's a million ways to do anything, and they're all easy. If I had to do this over again, I would probably play it on hard instead of normal. And I wouldn't worry about a lot of the perks, because you don't need them. This game is really easy, and you got to be careful with your experience. Play for fun. With that said, it's pretty shallow. The story sucks. I didn't like it at all. And I would give it a 6 out of 10. This game was kind of fun while I played it. I beat it in 6 days. I enjoyed it for those 6 days, but it's got no replay value for me. That's it. I'm out.